would appear to be eternal rule. Only then can he declare, I am the Messiah. If he is to do that and convince the Jews that he is indeed the Messiah, then it follows logically, number one, he would have to liberate the Holy Land for the Jews. Number two, he would have to bring them back to the Holy Land to reclaim it as their own. Number three, he would have to restore a state of Israel in the Holy Land and get them to believe that this is the holy Israel of David and of Solomon alayhim salam. Of course it would not be. It would be an impostor. Then they would be convinced. And finally, he would have to cause that state of Israel to become the ruling state in the world. Only then would he be able to rule the world from Jerusalem. And then he can get up and say, I am the Messiah. And they would believe that he is indeed the Messiah. And then he could rub his hands and he can say, mission accomplished. I'll give him a 6 for a 9. The Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam once suspected that a Jewish boy in Medina was the Antichrist. The boy's name was Ibn Sayyad. So he took his companion Umar radiallahu ta'ala with him to go and question the boy. The boy was very disrespectful in his answers, and Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu was very angry. He said, O Messenger of Allah, give me permission. I cut off his head. The Prophet said, no, Umar, no. If he is the Antichrist, you cannot kill him. And if he is not, then it would be sinful to kill him. May I repeat that so it sinks in? If he is the Antichrist, you cannot kill him. And if he is not the Antichrist, it would be sinful to kill him. Implying that the possibility exists that he can be the Antichrist or Dajjal. But that possibility could only exist if the Antichrist has been released into the world. And so implicit in this event is a message which is being communicated to the world, that the release of Dajjal, the release of the Antichrist into the world took place in the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. If he is released into the world, then where is he? We now come to another intriguing event. It is located in the Sunan in the Sahih of Imam Muslim. A companion of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he was Christian, he became Muslim. His name is Tamim Dari. He came to the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam and narrated an event which occurred. The Prophet listened, and then he said to the people, "Sit down, I have something to say to you." Tamim Dari came to me and told me something about the Antichrist, which confirms what I have been saying to you. And now we get the story from the blessed lips of the Messenger of Allah. What is the story? Tamim ad-Dari and some 30 or 40 of his companions went on board a ship. And then the storms came and blew the ship for a whole month before they arrived at an island. And when they got on shore, they got off the ship and they went on shore, they were confronted by a very hairy creature. Plenty hair. So much hair, you could hardly tell which side is head and which side is tail. And then this creature spoke and said, "I am Jassasa." Jassasa, spy. Surah Al-Hujurat, وَلَا تَجَسَّسُوا, do not spy. So this is an island with a lot of people who excel in spying. And then Jassasa pointed to a monastery. There's someone waiting to see you there. So they rushed to the monastery. And there they found this young man, powerfully built, with curly hair. But there's no description about his eyes. His hands were chained to his neck. His feet were chained. And this man began to question Tamim ad-Dari and his companions. A number of very interesting questions. Could someone please send a copy of Jerusalem in the Quran for me? A number of very interesting questions. But I don't have time to tell you all of them. And then he said, I am Dajjal. I am the Antichrist. And when I am released, so up to this moment he's not as yet released. And when I am released, thank you, I will enter every town and every city, including Tunapuna. But I will not be allowed to enter into Mecca and Medina because the angels will bar me. And so now we know, up to this moment in time, the Antichrist is not as yet released. But he is on an island, which is about 1 month's journey away from the Arab world, by sea. An island which has excellence in spying. And so now we know that when the message came from the Messenger of Allah that Dajjal has been released, We know that it is in this island that he is going to be